then you have to cut it and prepare it, man. So she had to do that for her own son. She literally
seasoned it.
Seasoned. She literally took the guts out of her son, broke rib cages or out because it's at the other half. That means she was splitting the actual members of his body, man, and roasting him.
And you know what this remind me of? This scene, like the description of this scene. I don't know if y'all remember that movie, Beloved, with Oprah
And Danny Glover.
and Danny Glover. Remember when that mob of Edomites was coming towards her when she had Beloved. She was a baby. She had her older daughter, and then she had her baby with her, and she knew that they was coming for her, and she ran into that shed. And when she ran into that shed, she basically took a saw and basically like carved her. But she didn't die. She did die. And when they bulged in on her into that shed and saw what she did, she was holding her baby with blood all over her. And the Edomites was looking at her and they were startled, like, what the fuck? And it was like, he kept repeating to her.
They were in horror.
They was in horror. They was like, what? He kept saying, what you do that for? Why did you do this? What you do that for? He kept saying it. But that stopped them from taking her child from her and doing whatever else they was gonna do to her. They left her alone, like, man, this chick is out of her fucking mind. You know? Hey, that's deep. You know?
You can watch videos.
Go watch Beloved and go check out that scene, man. That's exactly what's being described here. But the difference is she carved her son in half and already ate the first half.
Hey man, what lets you know that the people are thinking like this? Hey, because when tragedies happen, hey, you never hear people say, oh, what about the men and the women? They always say, oh, why would they do this in front of the kids? So you ain't seen no baby head just rolling, or a 3-year-old head just rolling, man. That's gonna fuck people up. To know that way, when we go into Ezekiel 9, and it says what? Little children, maids, women, young women. Hey, so the Lord, hey, Yahweh Shemel Shai, he's not playing with nobody, man. Hey, cause that was still judgment upon that little baby for his mama to eat him. You know?
Plus, it's the curse. Deuteronomy 28th chapter about when it talks about the siege. Somebody can call that too. It says they left in horror, and the entire city could not stop thinking of this crime and abomination. When the news reached the Romans, some refused to believe. Some were distressed, but on most the effect was to add enormously to their detestation of the enemy at hand. Titus disclaimed all responsibility as he had repeatedly offered peace and amnesty for surrender.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49, the Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
So the Roman Empire.
A nation, we're still in the shalt not understand a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Right?
If you causing a famine in a city, that means that you're not showing mercy to the, because you don't care if the children orchestrate. Yeah. You're making sure that the children don't get fed. You're blocking their nutrients. So that's an example right there. That's showing no mercy. That's hatred.
Hatred.
Go ahead.
51, it says, and he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed. Cutting it off even. It says, which also shall not leave yet thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. With different levels of food, of meat particularly. Corn and wine and oil, that's food also, right? It says, and he shall besiege thee and all thy gates until thy high and fierce walls come down, wherein thou trustest throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord Yahweh thy power hath given thee. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord Yahweh thy power hath given thee in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee. And that was an account from that time period of it happening, but there's been different in many accounts of this happening throughout history. Okay? Cannibalism, I mean, wasn't there like a year or two ago they were talking about cannibalism is on the rise again? You can buy, you can actually buy it. No, I'm not even talking about that. Like, you can buy, like in America, like might have been Europe or somewhere, but you can buy human meat. I think I did an article, or you did or something, some article. Yeah. So and they already talking about McDonald's has human meat in it, you know, particularly children, right? So you've already got that taste on your palate now, if you're eating all that BS.
And that movie Soylent Green that came out in the 70s. All that shit that they was creating in those manufacturing centers, that was all human remains, you know, being put together and being created as basically new food. They called it Soylent Green. And that's basically what Bill Gates ultimately wants you to feed on. He wants you to eat on it. We want to do away with authentic meats and eat this synthetic shit. Printed.
3D printed.
3D printed meat. Yeah.
Meat that's rat meat that's compacted to look like boneless chicken.
Yeah, they showed you also in that movie The Road, man. Yeah. And when the father and son went into that house, and in the kitchen the tub was full of blood. Yeah. You know, and then he seen the lock on the panel, on the panel of the basement. And what happened, man? He went in there and he had all them naked people was in there with pieces of their flesh cut off, man.
Some had limbs.
Yeah,
some just pieces of forearm and bicep.
And it was wicked. It was serious because you could just kill someone and dismember them. Yeah. They were alive.
Keep the meat fresh.
Yeah.
They kept them alive and keep the meat fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. You know, because if you die 3 days, it's over.
Yeah.
If it's not refrigerated, there's no power to be refrigerated. So you keep them alive just enough that the meat stays fresh.
Yeah, they heal just enough. Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse. I'm gonna start at 19. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother, and he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm.
Yeah.
Hey, when the LA brothers did that live stream, man, they showed the dates down in South America.
Eating
they
his
was,
ear.
They was eating each other's ears, man.
Yeah.
They was taking turns.
Same. You gotta read that.
Yeah, that was Venezuela. They were taking turns, man,
They were
eating
in
each other's
prison.
ear.
They were in prison.
Bro, it's like neither one of them cared. They were at that point of starvation that they were just literally taking turns on eating each other's ears, man.
That's something.
It's showing you that this shit ain't no game. It's either you get right or you get judgment.
In Venezuela, they've been suffering power outages.
God.
Yeah.
They had power outages in that prison. So the power was out, there was no food, you know, it was, prisoners were packed, like 50 in a cell or some shit. They're just eating on each other, man.
God. Hey, as well, Venezuela, it was what, 3 or 4 years ago, they broke into the zoos and ate all the zoo animals, man. So hey, Jake down there is getting it, man. For all that idolatry that they've been doing, man.
So 2 Ezra 15 to 57, it says, Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water.
That movie, you remember that movie, This is the End? But it was a comical version of it. But if you really watch it, understanding what this is talking, the scripture we're talking about, you're not gonna see it as, I mean, there's jokes, clear jokes in it. But it got to the point where they were drinking piss.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not that bad. I kind of like it.
Shit.
You know, when you ain't got nothing.
You putting your same bile back into your body, man, to piss it out again. Hey, it's really gonna fuck you up even more. And it's the reason why it comes out your body and not go
Your body
in.
rejects it.
It's toxic.
God.
That's poison.
So he should read this. But as you were saying about the prison houses, they made an agreement
Yeah.
to eat each other's flesh. That's the level they got to. And even with the zoo, they had to come to an agreement to go and hunt to kill these animals.
Yeah, it was-
One-on-one, they ain't gonna beat the animal.
They was eating flamingos and basically everything in there, man, got eaten.
Going to the zoo is easy. They don't really got to go out in the wilderness and hunt.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's gonna have to come to. Hey, some of you Jakes out there, if you want to eat, you might have to go hunt something.
Bro, imagine being in prison, America, and they just leave you there in the prison, in the cell, locked in with your cellie. And now all shit hit the fan. They ain't feeding you. There's no way out. They left.
Yeah. And they showed that to they showed that in Walking Dead. They was abandoning people. Elderly, just leave. You know?
Oh man, that's some serious judgment.
And we bringing this stuff out, it's for the wickedness of our people.
Right.
You know, it's not for the service of the Heavenly Father.
Right.
Because Isaiah 65, you know, said that the Lord's servants gonna eat and be rejoiced. Be rejoiced in that day, man. All right, so the cannibalism and all that, hey, that's for the wicked 2/3 of our people. Man.
Right.
I just wanted to say that.
Yep. Because I was thinking it too. Yeah.
Hey, I got something real quick.
Yeah.
Psalms 37 and 19, it says, They shall not be ashamed in an evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke, they shall consume away.
And that's beautiful. I was thinking that's the contrast of what we're talking about. You people that ain't getting right, man, y'all gonna have hell on. Y'all gonna think y'all gonna be in good case because you can eat flesh or something like that, versus the servants of the Lord and the elect being able to eat real, actual food that's gonna sustain them. The Heavenly Father's gonna guide us to it. Okay, Lord willing, we're of the elect as well. So, you got more?
That was the point.
Yeah.
I wasn't with that conversation.
Grab that and then
It's Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 11. But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and the truths that wherein I delighted not. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty.
Shouldn't you automatically want to be a servant?
Of the Most High and His Son.
Yeah. You should automatically want to be a servant of the Most High. Just so for that. You're gonna always have a meal with me if you work for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take care of you.
I always say this. You think the Most High is going to starve out? He's going to starve out his servants that feeds his sheep.
Yep.
Why would he do that? You know.
That ain't righteous. That ain't balanced. The Most High is righteous and balanced.
Good.
God.
He gonna make sure brothers is got plenteous, man.
Yeah.
Brothers are gonna be straight. There's these wicked ass people out here. They got everything to worry about.
Got something real quick.
Yep.
Hebrews 6:10. For Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
Right.
That's
That's
exactly
right.
what you said.
Yeah.
That's it.
Continue on. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart.
Kind.
And didn't Yahushua say these same things? Yahushua said this, literally said the same thing that Isaiah prophesied. This is Luke 6. This is Luke 6th chapter and verse 20. I'll start at 20. It says, and he lifted up his eyes on his disciples and said, blessed be ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of the Most High. Blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their prophets unto, it's like you did their fathers unto the prophets. Oh, woe unto you.
See, it said their fathers.
Yep.
Talking about the wicked fathers. You got it?
But woe unto you that are rich, for you have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for you shall hunger.
Yeah.
Woe to you that laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep.
That's right.
So he said pretty much the same thing spoken of in Isaiah, man.
Second Ezra said the same thing.
Hey. Yep.
I got it. Second Ezra, chapter 2. 2 and 18. Yep, 2 and 18. For thy help will I send my... no, not that. Slack. Oh, here we go. 2 and 26. For Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 26. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of troubleness and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell.
Yep.
See the grave? Cover us so we don't see the grave. And what did Paul said that Yahushua did? His last enemy, Yahushua said, the last enemy that I shall defeat is death. Okay? Some of you will get that after death by pain. But the elect will get it before. You said you did have it before, right? Yeah.
Back in Isaiah 65, and verse 14. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry sore of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For the Lord power shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name.
And that's pretty much when things are gonna turn full circle, man. Because right now, you know, we're in a house of mourning. You know, we're looked down upon. You know, the scriptures say that in his life, well, I think it's in Corinthians the 15th chapter. In his life, you know, having the hope of Yahweh Shai, we're most miserable. You know, we abstain from our appetites, and you know, we don't follow the things of this world. You know,
That's in our flesh.
we seek in the kingdom of the Most High, because we know that these things that the world see, that's what the Gentiles see. You know, but when that day comes, it's going to come full circle, where at one point in time we was being scoffed at and laughed at. Now the tables are going to turn. We're going to be laughing at these people, man.
The Most High gonna be laughing at
The Most High going to be up in the spiritual realm laughing at these people. You know, they're going to be out there hungry. Because you're going to remember some of these faces, man. Some of these proud ass niggas, some of these proud ass women that you see, you know, that you bumped into, you know, at some point in your life. And it was, you know, they was acting like they was living their best life. You know, turning up, got money, doing this and doing that. And then the next time you see them, they're miserable as hell. But somehow you're okay. You're actually, your countenance is actually enlightened, so to speak.
Yeah. You're growing. You're doing better.
You know?
You're the one that on top.
With the men of the Lord, man, being demons to them. You know, they gonna get jacked up in that time too. You know, and they gonna be longing for you. You know, because you've been telling them, man, get right or get left behind. You know?
Yeah, man. Hey, even you, Sonetta.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it seems like right now there's some level of fear to you, because now all of a sudden you come into the elder apostles' pages, and you saying that you learning from them. So hey, if I were you,
You gotta become a doer, not just a hearer.
Just repent.
hey, I'm just saying, man.
Just repent.
I would take this wholeheartedly seriously. I wouldn't play with this, man. You see what we going into?
Yeah.
This ain't. Kemet, they don't let. Kemet is not gonna let you know about what's to come.
Kemet's not gonna prepare you for what's to come.
No,
Hey, that means you gotta cut all that shit out, man.
you gotta cut all of it
Your whole
off.
platform will have to change.
Yeah.
Which means you gotta throw away basically that whole life.
You gotta denounce all that
You
Kemet
gotta
shit.
denounce
Take
all that
that
chemistry.
African continent off your red, black, and green. You gotta take that out your house and get rid of all that bullshit.
All that black shit, you gotta cut all that shit out.
Let that go.
Ain't no merging of that shit
No.
with the truth.
No.
No,
This is the truth can't be defiled.
right.
It can't be
You can't put
mixed with
what's
something.
holy with the profane.
It is.
We can't mix the two, man.
I do got something. This is Nehemiah chapter 5. Starting at the top, it says, "And there was a great cry of the people and their wives against the brethren, against their brethren the Jews, for there were that said, there we go. So, for there were that said, we, our sons and our daughters are many, therefore we take up corn for them, that we may eat and live." Meaning eat them like corn, like food. Some also there were that said, "We have mortgaged our lands